Well, I just disappointed. Disappointed for this young lady because she certainly laid it on the line today. If I had to summarize this game, I'd say that Navy came in here and just played and just came and had nothing to lose, so to speak. And I thought we played not to lose because we're supposed to win this game this year. And it's the first time we've probably been in this situation since my first or second year here. And I just disappointed that we took us so long to get going. I thought we played terrific in the final 10 minutes of this game. Certainly, Ordner showed up in the second half, and that had a huge impact on the game. But we need consistency, and we weren't getting it. Kelsey struggled tonight. I mean, she missed some shots she normally makes. Navy had a lot to do with that. She's now seen this 2 consecutive games where she just is really, actually 3 games, because Loyola did a pretty good job, I thought, defending her and double teaming her and switching out on her. But today I thought Navy, because of their size and being so small and playing that 4-guard lineup, it really took us out of what we wanted to do coming off of ball screens, because they were able to switch and trap and double team her whenever she came off a ball screen. So we sort of had to get out of that, and not until late in the second half did we get into a groove and just started pounding the ball inside. And unfortunately, Jean had a tough night. I mean, once again, she had an identical line to our last game. She goes for 3 points and 9 rebounds. She gets you 9 tough rebounds, but she just couldn't make a shot. And we need her. We need her with now with Johnson out of the mix. I'm not using that as an excuse. We got to move on without Bree Johnson. She's not going to play the rest of this year, and we're trying to figure out who's going to get those minutes. And now we had 3 freshmen play tonight, and we'll try to work that out. But it's a long season. We're in a very unfamiliar territory, being 1-3. I think the situation is something a lot of these kids haven't had to deal with. Unfortunately, I have had to deal with it in my career, so I'm going to have to, dig out the old playbooks and figure out exactly what we got to do mentally, physically, and just, get through this. And but we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. One of the real positives is, even though these last 2 games we've lost, we're getting good balance from our front line, and that's something we need to continue to do. And then once we get Parker going and get one of these other kids going and get Minato back on track, we'll be fine.
Dave, I thought in the early minutes, you guys went 0 for your first 10, but I think you probably would have taken 9 of those shots. I mean, you were running the offense, they just weren't falling. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, Kenny. Very insightful as always. And I honestly, we executed everything perfectly. We just couldn't make a shot. I think Schretz finally got us off the schneid, and it just was one of those situations where, I thought it was nervous energy and jitters, but I'm looking out there and I'm saying, well, at some point, guys, come on. I mean, we got juniors out there. We got, our senior wasn't nervous. I mean, she kept us in the game in the first half. So I can't explain it. It's Army Navy. It's Army Navy, and we've been here before for the longest time. I mean, we just couldn't win against Navy here, but we always seem to be able to go down there and pull it out, and I'm hoping we can do that this year. So at least the silver lining is we have another shot at them in the Star game.
Olivia, can you talk about that start? I mean, poor Amy was 0 for 4. Kelsey couldn't get anything to drop, and it seemed like you kind of said, I'm going to take charge. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I just knew that we came out really flat, and I knew that we had to get something going. And I felt pretty comfortable last game taking those shots, and I've been working pretty hard. But Amy and I work off of each other, so if she's not doing well, I try to pick her up, and if I'm not doing well, she tries to pick me up. So that's kind of what happened in that game, in the first half.
Did you have the belief, though, that, okay, we'll shake this off, and finally surge ahead? Was that the feeling of this team, Corey?
Yeah, I think that after the first half, I think we came out and we really kind of grinded it out, and then finally in the last 10 minutes we got in a groove, and we were just focusing on one or two plays that really got us kind of having movement and getting it inside. But it was just demanding the ball inside because there's no way that they could have, and you see it on the stat line that they could guard us inside.
So the key is you guys didn't get the stops that you needed in the second half, because every time you kind of got close, you kind of gave something up.
Yeah, they were playing out emotion. We just had to have big stops, and they came out and they hit a lot of big shots. They were rotating like 10 people. If you see the stat line, they were all contributing. Their bench is contributing really well, and we just need to have those key stops that know the personnel, because they came in and really hurt us.
Dave, can you talk about the not getting those stops?
Yeah, again, I credit Navy. I thought they spread the floor. She's got a really young group of kids, and she's playing 5 freshmen a lot of minutes. And the thing that's really benefited them is they've been playing from day one. We come into the season with a veteran team, and just going back to the whole situation with Bree Johnson, I think we're just a team that doesn't have a huge margin for error, and we never have. And I think losing her the way we lost her, the timing of it, has really just got us a little bit off center. We're trying to figure out, she was our defensive stopper. She was a lot of things for us. She wasn't a huge scorer, but she was a great role player. She was that blend player that right now we don't have. We just don't have that. And Jordan Elliott's good coming in, giving us some minutes off the bench energy-wise, although she's starting now. We started Janae McNeil. We played the Mars twins tonight a little bit here or there, but at the end of the day, we couldn't get stops because we tried to go zone a few times, but they had 4 3-point shooters on the floor. And when Munster got in foul trouble, they had 5 3-point shooters on the floor. So I just was very leery about going zone, and then once they did that, they just started dribble driving, and then we had some fouls. I don't think we were horrible in the foul department. I think in the first half we weren't even in the one-on-one, or they weren't in the one-on-one. And I think in the second half they got a little bit more aggressive, especially Dunham and a few other posts. And then Schretz is out 30 feet from the basket covering a guard, and I thought our post did a pretty good job. Amy took some charges. Schretz got some big stops. They threw a couple tough shots in. But those threes killed us. I mean, we got lost, and a big three, I thought that Stapleton had a huge three in the second half. And a couple other kids hit some threes for him. Number 10 came in, Riley, and hit a huge three in the corner. Just when we had seemed to chip away, we got it to 1. And then I think, they got her a wide open look on the deep corner, and we didn't rotate. So, I give them a lot of credit. They really did a nice job, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. The way we've been playing, and the way they had just won 2 in a row after losing their opener at Loyola, and they're playing well. They're a good team.
Did you ever believe that you guys were going to overcome and you guys were going to get on top finally?
I never thought we wouldn't. I mean, even late in the game when we cut it to 1 and then they went back up 5, I just knew we had another run in this. And I thought that run would get us over the hump, but we just never got over that hump. When it was 1-point game, we ran this play to get Amy. Amy was scoring. We ran circle low. I thought she was wide open. I'll have to look at the tape. I thought she was wide open. For whatever reason, Jordan Elliott decided not to give her the ball. She gave it to Minato coming off the down screen. Minato was open for a split second, but for whatever reason, she hesitated. But then she found Parker for the wide open three. I mean, you couldn't get 2 better looks at the end. And I have to compliment, I think Amy Ortner, that was a tremendous execution with 1.8 for her. I mean, it looked to me like Navy was just going to, we threw over the top. She could have taken the ball and driven for a layup. She had the presence of mind to kick it out to Jean. That shot was good if it goes in. So Jean Parker, who's one of your best 3-point shooters, who shot the lights out here in this game last year in the Star game, hitting I think 4 threes. Just it wasn't her night. So, hey, we got to move on and lick our wounds, and we'll we'll figure it out.
I do have to ask you about calling the timeout.
Yeah,
And then,
that was on me. You know, that was on me. I never do that. I mean, I never call time. I usually let her go, but I turned and somebody said, "Yeah, call timeout." And I freaking called. Stupid. Was that a 3?
It was. The time period.
Yeah, she moved.
That was on me. I think we scored on that possession though, on the inbounds to cut it to 1. But yeah, there's no question. That's if I had that to do over again, obviously.
Coach, we hear the football coaches talk about preparing for the Navy game. How did you prepare your team to play in this atmosphere and for the rivalry?
Well, it's different for us because we play them twice. So, it's a league game, and it's today was not the star game. Not that I try not to, it's not a big difference to me. I think it's a game. It's a league game. It's a game you're supposed to win. For us, this is our first home loss in a long time. Last time we lost at home was the Holy Cross here in the regular season last year. It was our only home loss in last season. So this is a tough loss, but I've been here before. I mean, my first year here, I was on, I think, an 11 or 12 game winning streak, and a Navy team came in here and beat us here, a team that I thought we were better than, and we went down and beat them in the star game. But at the end of the day, it's just, we try to get them to block out a little bit of the hoopla, and it's like everybody comes out of the woodwork for this game. I mean, to me, it's a big game, but it is another league game, and I try not to blow it out of proportion, but it's hard when the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff is coming in your locker room. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do, but I don't know if that was the reason why we didn't play well today.
Olivia, what do you think of, you got a pulse of the team? What's your take about how this is going right now?
I think through adversity, I think we're going to come back. That's our big thing, is how are we going to react to adversity. We have a lot of young kids. It's changed a little bit of the dynamic from last year, so we're trying to bring them along. With Bree going out, we have that 5th spot that we really need someone to step up with. We need some execution from that spot. So as a leader and as captains, we've just been constantly trying to get everyone in the system, get them, we're at the pinnacle part of the school year. We're trying to get everyone on board and just have that energy and come out like they have nothing to lose, because honestly we have nothing to lose. And that's what I'm just trying to tell these girls, that when you come out and you put everything on the line, you put your heart out there, that's all that we ask for, and that's all that we want. But we just need to get that edge back.
Thanks.